Hello and welcome my friend, and 10 important question when I need to replace my Toyota Prius cars this starting battery. This is good to replace when we have warning message in our dashboard, or then if we notice that this car doors and engine is not running, then we need new battery in our Toyota Prius. Okay, and how this job starts? Firstly, we have to pull out this protective red label in here, and we open firstly this minus areas cable, and we have to think that there is plus cable and minus cable, and it is better to start with this minus cable in here. Okay, and in here there is this 10mm nut what I need to open, and for that opening I need now 10mm socket and wrench, and opening direction is in that way, in this way, and now when I rotate a couple of turns, this nut opens and it is loosened when we can move that in this way, and then I only pull out this whole package in a little bit far away, and now we can see that there is not so much space, and it is good to tighten this area in here in some cable or some another thing. And next I take my cable. Okay, and we can use some wire or some another cable, but now I use this my plastic clamp in that hole, and this is my support base in that way, and then a little bit movement, and now this my connector is far away. It is easier to take out this battery. Okay, and then this plus areas bolt, it is that one also 10mm, but now note that there is very short this area in here, that this is difficult to open, and that's I need specific smaller tool. Okay, and now I need 10mm spanner, and when I install that in here, this is opening direction in that way. Start, and then we have nice closer view. This is starting point, and then movement in here. Start and move. Start and move. And then when this starts to move, I can lift this up. Okay, more opening. Okay, and now this part opens also. Okay, and now I use also again this plastic, these clamp connectors, and I install these things through in here in that way, and then I like to connect these things in that cable. Now I do lock in here, and I use second clamp. Okay, now they are nicely in away in this area, and this is easier to lift up. Okay, and then you need really 12mm socket in that one, and then longer extension, because next we have bolt in here down area, and this area is difficult to open without this longer tool. And let's go to look that bolt location next. Okay, and there is really bolt in that inner area in here, and this is difficult to open without this longer extension, but if you like to try, you can open that, but it is difficult without this longer tool and 12mm socket. And next I open this bolt. Okay, and there is my wrench, and in this direction I rotate. Okay, and then there is this my bolt. There is not so much space. It is long bolt. I have to rotate, and this is so long, look, like 1 inch bolt. And then there is this locking frame. This belongs in that way. Remember, this part compress in this side area, this battery tight in this position, and this part really belongs in this way. And there is even handle, can you believe? Toyota, they have made that we can install that in here. Excellent engineering. Thank you for you, Toyota's engineer Masahito Hito from Toyota City, I estimate. Excellent engineering. Okay, and then next final part is to lift up this battery, and let's do that next. Okay, and then when we lift up this battery, remember 2 things. Use protective leather or rubber gloves, because this battery includes harmful acid liquid, and this liquid is dangerous to our skin and eyes, and sometimes these parts can leak, like in collision or any heat, and then if you install this liquid in here, it is harmful to our body, and that's use protective gloves. And lifting happens so that I install fingers in here, and now battery is ready in here. Okay, and then next part is to check that this area is clean, because we install soon in their new battery, and there is really this locking bolts position, and then we check the type of car battery. Okay, and then we need to purchase new battery, and best battery what we can get is battery from Toyota dealership center in USA and in Europe and other countries. And second thing is that we can purchase like some aftermarket battery like Varta. This is Germany made. And what we need to check? First one is that we have to check that our battery size is 45 ampere is the size. This is first important thing in here. That area 45, and we can look closer. There is this 45. This amount is this battery's energy, this capacity, and it must be just insane. Because if we install too big battery or too small, then we have issues. And then second point is that when we check these our areas, in that area, in this left area, this must be plus. There is symbol, red cable comes in here, and this is then minus cable in here. There is also level. And then when we have new battery, we can install this battery pack. Okay, and now when I have take these cables away, this battery installation back in here, it is easy, and we can do that next. Okay, and now I lift this my battery, and remember that inside areas there is grip, and carefully I install that in totally down, and when we have just right size battery, it goes very nicely in their inner area in here. There are slots. This is very nice. And then we install this locking plate in here. Okay, and then I install this my locking plate in here, and this part, when we have right side battery, this keeps this battery in position and this goes nicely. And this size is not very big, but then I move this battery and then I have to check this hole in here. Let's go to look that. Okay, and this is difficult job when we install the bolt in back in there, because there is hole and I have to just focus that in right position. And that's if we have any longer tool, like this my extension, what I had, that one. I can install that carefully with my fingers in that way, and then I can rotate this like its starting point. Because these bolts can be difficult, like in my case. Now, actually now it takes contact. Great. This is all for only that Toyota's engineer, they have made so great bolts, and now this bolts runs easily in here. Excellent, nice job. Okay, and now I can rotate that my bolt tight, and this closing direction is in that way. Good, and now it's solid, good, fine. And then we check that this battery is not moving and we can go forward. Okay, and then next part is that I have to install, when this part is ready, then I take these locking pins away, and if I have these pliers I can cut these my things in nicely in that way. And then there's the second one also. Good. Now they are away, and then I can connect this plus cable in deeply, and let's look closer. Okay, and this installation, it is important that these parts goes really deeply, not in that way, they must be totally deep. And then we start to rotate this bolt in that direction. And next I take my 10mm spanner. This is like starting, start, move. And this way, and this job needs really this spanner, and then this height is about 10 Newton meters. It is not much, so much that this part is not moving in that way. Good. And then I close down this cover, and then we go minus area. Okay, and there is this minus area. And now I open also this plastic clamp in this way, and my minus connector is free, and I install that in here. And remember to press that totally deep in here. And really, this is important that we compress these bases in so deep in here. And next one is that I take my 10mm socket and I fasten this bolt in that direction. Good, and not too much force, because otherwise we can damage this area. And this force is only about 10 to 20 Newton meters. In that way, that don't do much, but so much that this is not movable, this base. Okay, excellent. And now everything is fine, and our job is ready, and we can go to start car engine. And also we have to set up car's clock and those things, because when we remove this part, everything is erased.